Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy Saglish, aka Sag. And I'm sorry if I'm sounding a little bit weird right now. I am fighting a cold at this moment, but that's okay. We wanted to bring you guys another fantastic Friday podcast. I'm here with none other than Mr. Loquito. I'm just going to start calling him my co-host because it seems to me like he's not tired of me yet. So I'm just going to let him have that little bit of title right there. So what's going on, Loquito? What's going on, man?
Oh, pretty much everything. You know, movies, gaming.
It's
You
just
know,
a world evolving as it is.
uh,
But we're bringing you guys something a little different. The past two times we've been more on the gaming side of things, and this time we are going to be talking more about movies than gaming. And like I was telling you guys, this podcast is not only about gaming, but it's about media in general, whether it be TV shows, movies, games, whatever it may be. We are both big gamers, so it typically does lean on that side of things. But when certain movies come out that we're excited about, we like to talk about them. All right, and so we have a little bit of a list going on here of the top 5 movies that we want to see that's either coming out or came out this week. And we're going to do it. It's called, we labeled this the Fast Five. And we're going to do a quick rundown of each movie, alternating of our list. And basically, we picked our top 3. We did have 5, but we picked our top 3 since a couple coincide with one another to give this list to you guys. And starting off on number 5 is the upcoming Gambit movie. And this was my pick. Gambit is one of my favorite original X-Men. Um, I haven't really seen. I've seen them on X-Men Origins of Wolverine, but it it didn't do him justice. It was just basically a quick cameo for Gambit, and then Logan or Wolverine just continued on with whatever he was doing. But to me, Gambit was one of my favorite X Men characters when I was younger. He has the ability to throw explosive cards, and he has a bow stuff that he uses. And actually, he was in a somewhat relationship with Jean Grey. So that's my top pick. Also, a little bit of disclosure for this Gambit movie. Right now, they have casted Channing Tatum as the lead role for this movie. So I'm not sure how exactly he'll fit in to the Gambit role. Typically, Gambit was a smaller guy using quick acrobatic moves to fight his opponents. But who knows? Magic might do Gambit a little bit of good. So I'll let Mr. Loquito handle number 4. What you got there, bud?
next up we have Fantastic Four reboot. I am pretty excited for this one actually, because the last two movies were just kind of goofy, not in the Marvel Cinematic Universe kind of goofy, like spoofy goofy. Like they just decided to make a spoof about some superheroes, which is kind of screwed up. But this one has like a more darker, edgier tone to it, and and it casted some pretty interesting characters for the movie, especially Michael B. Jordan, who will be playing Johnny Storm. I'm pretty excited for this one because he is a very likable person. Like just watch one of his movies, like that awkward moment. Yeah, like yeah, I was like, yeah, that's my bro right there. Uh,
All
and
right.
plus, and I found out that Mr. Fantastic's powers. Yeah, I heard that they're gonna change a little bit. Like instead of him stretching, instead of him having the stretching power, he can basically change, space, I guess, or he can shift space. So it'll pretty much work out the same as stretching, but you get the gist. But yeah, I am pretty excited for it. It's coming later this year. And what do we have up next, Zach?
Number 3 is a movie I've been dying to see ever since I saw the previews for it. It's actually out today as we speak, and I plan on going to see it this weekend if I'm not holed up from this death that I have inside me. But anyway, it's Insidious 3, and like I said, it came out today. It's if you guys have seen the first two, it is the third part of this trilogy. But technically, it doesn't follow the linear story because, as you guys know, in the first one, this guy, his son goes into a coma, and he slowly goes in to get him, and you learn a little bit about his past at the end. The second one continues the story after they moved, but it's kind of like split up because it shows the father's past and how everything tied in to the first movie. But this one actually has a girl that is not related to the family. They use the spiritual guide to come help her with whatever evil it is, and it's supposed to be before the whole incident of the first one. So basically, if you're following the storyline, the first one shows in the past where they first encountered Josh, who's the father in the first one, and this happens before the technically first movie, but after they found Josh. It was basically their in-between session between the first encounter of Josh and his family. But the father in this movie is, I forgot his name, but he's a great actor, and I want to see. I actually am excited to see him in a horror role, to see his reactions and how well, because he does really good in dramas, and a lot of people can't methodically act in dramas and do like other things very well. There's a couple of actors that do this, but well, basically what I'm saying is if you're good drama actor, you're going to be good in reaction, and that's all horror is. And it still has the same guys as the first movie. The lady psychic, her two helpers, and so I'm extremely excited to see that. Plus, I'm gonna get my wife to go alone, have her jump a couple times, and those are always good to laugh at. So it's bad enough when she's jumping in her seat just from a trailer. So, I mean, not to call her out or anything, but two different trailers are out for it. She jumped in both. So, I'm excited to see if that can get me going. But next up, I know this is really big on Lokito's list. Go ahead and hit him with number 2.
We have Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. We've been knowing about this movie for a while, since San Diego Comic-Con 2013, I think. A little bit after Superman, Man of Steel came out, and ever since then, I've just been on the bus for it. Then I heard Ben Affleck was going to be playing Batman. At first, I was a little iffy, but recently we got a trailer, and I'm all for Ben Affleck. Let's go. And will we have Jesse Eisenberg for Lex Luthor? I heard him in there. I think it could work. Like, we're all expecting like a macho Lex Luthor, I guess. But I think, they're going to pull it off with Jesse Eisenberg. And at the end of the trailer, we see Batman and Superman about to clash. Well, some people, whoever went to the premiere, got to see them about to clash, but all we saw was them, kind of brooding, I guess. But it's still getting me excited. Batman, I'm a big Batman fan. Superman is my second favorite superhero, so you can only imagine which team I'm on. Sag, what you think about Batman v Superman? Know anything about it?
I mean, I don't know the backstory about it. I know that is a huge deal in the comic world.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest with you, I'm a huge supporter of Batman. I do like that he uses.
Team Batman.
I mean, I like the ability that he's a billionaire with multiple playthings, but he uses his ability as like with his gadgets and weapons to utilize his strength as far as a human goes. I feel that Superman, like for his abilities, I think Superman's like a little bit of a wuss. Like no
What?
disrespect, but I mean when you got super strength, super speed, it's kind of like one of those where it's like if you're in a game and you have God mode and you can't lose. So you're telling me that a green gem is going to take Superman down? Like, I'm sorry, but
Oh, that's the thing. The last movie in Man of Steel, they said there would be no kryptonite. So that got me thinking, what are they going to use in Batman v Superman to give Batman that edge? In the comics, the suit gave him an edge for a little while, but from what I saw in the Dark Knight Returns movie, Oliver Queen, aka Green Arrow, shot him with a kryptonite arrow, and they end up working out fine. But what are they gonna do for the movie? I mean, is Stephen Amell gonna come out of nowhere and just shoot a kryptonite arrow at him? I don't know, but
I'm calling it here.
yeah, I am really worried about Batman's edge on Superman.
I'm calling it here that Batman's going to have a suit. It's going to be primarily black, but it's going to have hints of green in it, being kryptonite. And so it's not going to be enough to kill Superman, but it's going to be enough to put them on even playing grounds.
Wow.
And the fact that Jesse Eisenberg is going to be Lex Luthor, I was going to say it worries me at first, but hearing more and more about what they're doing to not only prepare him for the role, but to basically give him a sense of, like, maybe not being like like you were saying, a macho version of the person, but being more of an intellectual villain, and what he might be capable of bringing to that role could be good, because I want to see him do well. I want to see the movie do well.
Yeah, me too.
But who knows? I mean, again, I'm not a huge like superhero person, but I can follow. I like when the heroes get in disagreements, and then we have movies like this. So
yeah, it's gonna be crazy. It's like, well, when you say that, Civil War, Captain America: Civil War, I guess is Iron Man, versus Captain America a little bit. Well, I won't say a little bit. I guess it is. And I guess Superman versus Batman is going to be that on steroids.
Yeah.
So,
but
what else we're looking forward to, Sag?
Number one on the list, this is the only movie we both agreed upon. So this surpassed Lokito's number one, which was Batman and Superman. But with this being the number two for the both of us, we figured it would take the number one spot since we could both agree on it. It's going to be Suicide Squad. And I mean, the one thing I want to say about it is there's been so many leaked photos from this thing. It's
and film footage.
Yeah. And it's like no one on set has any security or anything, or they just don't care. Like, but when I see we got Deadshot,
Will Smith is Deadshot.
Yeah, we got Harley Quinn, of course, and
Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, very beautiful woman.
Yes, she is very good looking.
Like, wow.
We have Jared Leto as the Joker, but
oh my God, have you seen the Joker, guys?
Yes, I have, and I was just about to say we have a different look to the Joker. And
like, what's going on? It looks crazier than ever.
I like it. I think that they're going.
I like it too. Like, I have no problem with it, but just like, do you really need the tattoos?
I don't know about the tattoos. Like one or two, yeah, that's okay. But like the whole like basically body portrait of the Joker's tattoos, I'm not sure, but I like where they're going. It's like I kind of want to say if Heath Ledger would still be alive, I think he would fit this perfectly.
Rest in peace, Tim.
Yeah, but Um, I think they're going for that kind of Joker, like a more dark, more sinister kind of Joker. One that's intellectual yet able to be insane whenever he needs to be.
Yeah.
And Jared Leto, he's actually a really good actor. And so the fact that they got him in this, and I know that he's going to do his job and, pull a lot of good traits out of this Joker. Um, I'm excited for it. Like I was saying to Lokito, I'm not a huge superhero fan, but he asked me basically why I'm so big into this, why it was so high up on my list, and
Yeah.
I told him.
What else we have in? I'm sorry, we finished.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. What else we have? We have Captain Boomerang, starring Jai Courtney. Yeah. Last season of Arrow, or was it Flash? Nope, it was Arrow. Okay, last season of Arrow, we saw our first portrayal of Captain Boomerang, and the guy who played him was badass. I'm totally on for Captain Boomerang. So, in this version of Captain Boomerang, I'm kind of dying to see what they do with it. I hope it's just as badass as the one in Arrow. And who else we have? Yeah, why are we excited for Harley though? Like, you excited for Harley Quinn, Zach?
Oh, I love Harley Quinn. She's intense. Like, the fact that she's so obedient to the Joker, but yet at the same time,
yeah, she's obsessed over the Joker.
Yeah, but she's like all kinds of crazy on her own. So like, she's a little bit of a spitfire, and she's kind of like an unknown for me. Like, I don't know how she's gonna react to some of these things because, as we all know, the Joker and Harley Quinn have that relationship. But if you guys ever have read the comics or saw the cartoons or anything, Harley Quinn can go off track anytime she wants, and that kind
never
of
know. Can't trust her.
Yeah.
What else? We're also gonna see her some more this year in the Batman Arkham game. Oh, and last season of Arrow, we saw. Well, we didn't get to see her face, but she was kind of sorta in the Arrow show for like a couple seconds. I was so geeked out. I thought I was gonna see more of her, but no. Warner Brothers was like, nah, wait, no. You already ruined Flash. I wouldn't say ruin because everybody likes this version of Flash, but imagine if we all fall in love with this Harley Quinn, and everybody's gonna be like, oh no, we don't want another Harley Quinn. We hate her. All that stuff. Yeah. Like, who else is in the Suicide Squad, Zach?
Jesus, put me on the spot. I know the full cast has been revealed. I don't know exactly who all's in it, to be honest with you. I think
I give you a hint. He's a businessman during the day and a crime fighter at night.
Oh, well, duh, Batman, but
yeah, Batman is going to be in Suicide Squad. Yeah, reports say that Batman doesn't like what Amanda Waller. Yeah, Amanda Waller is basically in charge of Task Force X, aka Suicide Squad, and Batman doesn't like where she's going with it. So basically, Batman's going to be in the movie for that part, and you can only imagine that him and the Joker will clash once again. What do you think about that, Zach?
I mean, honestly, I think it's a lead up to a little bit kind of a Batman v Superman. Because it gives them a reason to have the Joker in that. I mean, because it's obvious we're going to have Lex Luthor for Superman. So it only fits that Joker's going to be there for Batman. But I do like the fact that they're incorporating people from, like, the counterpart to Joker, who's most likely going to be the main character of the Suicide Squad. And they're incorporating people. And the thing is, these movies are all being shot at the same time. So the fact that Ben Affleck is able to fly on a jet to a different shoot in a completely opposite part of Canada.
Yes.
To sit there and do 2 or 3 days of shooting and then come back. One, that says a lot about the directors and production staff on both sides of the movies. And two, it shows that the actors want this to do really well as well. So I really
Yeah,
like that.
Ben Affleck, yeah, he already mentioned that the bat suit is uncomfortable and that he had breathing problems, so yeah, to put it on once again to start filming in Canada. Yeah, talk about determination. Yeah, Ben Affleck, like you said, is one of the biggest Batman fans. He has his own Batcave, Ben Affleck. I'm kind of jealous. Oh yeah, footage from Suicide Squad. Let's talk about some footage, Zach. Like, what'd you see?
I saw, well, actually, I've seen a couple of the, like a tiny bit of a couple of fight scenes with, I want to say, well, not fight scenes, but them setting up for it is Deadshot with, like I said, Will Smith, his character in full regalia.
Yeah.
I saw the sports car that the Joker has, which the thing is
Beautiful car.
that thing is nasty, guys.
Yeah.
And but basically, it's just like the photos don't really do it justice. I don't think, like, yeah, there's a lot of like exposure to the movie, but I don't think that what we're getting, like, because if the production staff really, like, the production staff knows what's going on, but the fact is, if they didn't want it to be out there yet, they would make sure it wouldn't get out there. So the fact is that they're letting people do this and they're allowing people to get excited. It just shows you that they want their fans to see a little bit, just get enough taste to where they want more. So that's basically what I've seen. Have you seen anything like big?
Yes. I seen the Batmobile in action. Basically, the Batmobile was in pursuit, against the Joker mobile, I guess we can call it. And then somehow I also saw a photo of Batman on top of the car, of a Joker's car. So I'm thinking as the pursuit pursues, Batman ends up ejecting out the vehicle, just spreading the cape and it lands on the vehicle. Like, I can picture it so clearly right now.
Look at those aside, guys. I mean, this and Arkham Knight, I mean, you guys' two biggest like things coming out both in movies and in games. So with that being said, since we're talking about so many superheroes and since there's so many movies of superheroes coming out,
more superhero movies,
yes, there's so many. I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna dig you a question to see what you would like and who or what superhero, if you... Well, okay, let's do it like this. If you had a choice to be a superhero, which one would it be and why?
Okay. First of all, there are some people that don't want to call Batman a superhero because he doesn't have powers. But me, my definition of a superhero is somebody who's extraordinary, out of the ordinary. Like, he's not a regular person. Like, you don't see this person, this is not your everyday person. And that is Batman. He's a superhero because it's not like every day somebody, knows like every martial art in the world and goes out fighting crime and, every night just in the Batmobile. Even without the Batmobile, his gadgets, he can still whip ass. Just letting people know. Yeah, so I would be Batman, superhero. I mean, say what you want, but yeah, I would be Batman any day.
And just because you don't have like some superhero like strength or superhero ability, it doesn't mean that you can't be a superhero. I think and my biggest argument for those people who said Batman's not a superhero is that his courage, his ability to go out there every night, and even, guys, I used to be a huge Batman nerd, and the fact is that he has to, like, I used to read a couple of comments, and the fact is that in a couple of the comments, after Robin died, like the original Robin, he dies. And
I want to say not the original.
not the original. Sorry.
Yeah, Jason, the second round.
Yes.
Jason Todd.
Yeah, the original becomes Nightwing. My bad. But yeah, after the second one dies, he has to go out there alone. He doesn't have a partner anymore. He has to do it all by himself. And the fact is that you just see your partner die, and you take that vengeance, and you just go out there and do the right thing. That his courage progresses to a
Some
superhero.
serious gentleman, yes.
So, okay. With that being said, and don't say
And
the
who's your
Joker.
hero, Zach?
Okay, my superhero, honestly, I got one of two things. And one, the first thing would be Cable. Not a lot of people know about him.
Really?
Yeah, Cable's the man, dude.
What's so special about Cable?
He just his abilities to use all of his aspects as far as like knowledge of different weapons and variations, and his suits that he uses to utilize, like whether he's in no matter the location, he always has a suit to utilize the area around him, and his ability to just go in there and just open a can of whoop ass. I love about him, because not a lot of people know about Cable, but if you guys go if you have a chance, Google him. I mean, the guy is a madman, and I just like his his ruthlessness. He's one of those people that just gives he doesn't give anything to anyone about fear, and he just goes in and does things. So it's either going to be Cable, and I'm going to have to go with the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, one or the other.
Yeah, because...
So, what's next up? Our villain, who we could be?
Yeah, I'll let you do the villain first, and don't say Joker.
Well, that's who I was going to say.
Come on, man. You can't be...
And believe it or not, I have an alternate personality, and it'll totally go with the Joker. Yep, Joker. I'm sorry. Yep.
All right. All right, whatever. I would have to say mine, if I really had to come down and think about it, it would be... Oh, man, it is tough to pick one. I'm going to pick one. And since... I'm going to have to go with Deadshot. I'm like...
What?
Yeah.
Well, according to Suicide Squad, ain't like a anti-hero now?
Well, I mean...
How do you relate to Deadshot?
Just because the fact is that he goes in and does his job. He's basically one of those people he's basically like a mercenary. And
he doesn't do anything for free?
Yeah, and I mean, not to say I'm cheap or anything, but no, he goes in and he might get paid, but he has no allegiance to anyone as far as that goes. Like, he's not... He can be a hero at times, but at the same time, he could be, like you were saying, an anti-hero, where the highest bidder, or the highest payer, whoever hires him to take out whatever enemy he does it with execution. He does it with the knowledge of all of his opponents. And the fact is that he has the ability to use, all these weapons. And to fight, again, we're both Mortal Kombat fans, and to fight and to have the ability to fight with a weapon along with your skills as like an assassin almost.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have to go with Deadshot. I mean, I gotta go with Deadshot since I'm gonna sit there. I'm not gonna give two choices here, so I'm gonna stick it with Deadshot.
There you have it, Deadshot, everybody, for Savage.
Yeah, it's one of those.
Anything else you want to talk about today, Zach?
Actually, I saw you playing The Witcher. What's your thoughts on it so far?
Thoughts on The Witcher. First of all, I have never played The Witcher I never played any of The Witchers before in my life, in my whole 21 years on this earth. So this one, let's see. I like it. I rented it from GameFly, and I've only done a couple quests, but I'm like, okay, once I sit down and get into it, I might not leave. So yeah, I end up pressing that keep button on GameFly. So yeah, this weekend I'm definitely gonna get into it more. The mechanics are solid. It's a challenge if you put it on hard mode, like the hardest difficulty setting. Yeah, it ain't no walk in the park. I have it on normal, of course, because, I never played the game ever. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. The world is huge. The graphics are beautiful. And, yeah, it's a lot to take in. I was getting open world fatigue already. Yeah. It's pretty good.
So basically, it's a very inviting game to those who aren't really familiar with the series.
Yeah.
Regardless,
I even see my other PSN friends playing it. So yeah, it must be dope.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a little bit of gameplay, and from what I've seen, it will obviously The Witcher's known for its graphics and for its just open world concept. But from what I see, it's really fun to play. So I just wanted to see your thoughts about that. Also, guys, Bethesda, being the true nice people that they are, they were hinting at it, but we got previews for E3 already, and the biggest one that everyone's talking about is the Fallout 4 trailer. And honestly, I can tell you I have never played Fallout, any of them, in my life.
Yeah. When I saw it, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
like you, I haven't played it before, so I'm like, okay, you gotta give me something more to sell me on. So.
And it's weird to see so many people hyped about something that, again, we have never played.
Never.
But
I guess we'll see at E3 though.
Yeah,
so.
But the fact of the matter is that what I like about it is that it's placed in a town that we all know, Boston. Well, we don't personally know it, but the fact is that they're taking the aspects of Fenway Park, making it an entire town. They're making, they have the Paul Revere statue and all that. So I like the historical, we'll call it the historical fictional value of this. And I just like the setting being where it is. And I've heard about the trailer. I've seen it. I don't really know what's going on, but the fact is that it's just placed in Boston. I kind of like it. I'll be looking out for Mark Wahlberg to be walking down the street. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
before we wrap up, there are more superhero movies coming out, and let me name a few. So coming this year, we have Ant-Man released in July of 2017. We have what else coming? Yeah, Captain America: Civil War coming out next year. We have a Deadpool movie coming out next year, and we also have another X-Men movie coming out next year. Just to mention those, I don't want